各位观众晚上好，我们今天要玩罗罗娜的工作室 or as we know it in English, Atelier Rorona DX. Or I should have said, 罗罗娜的工作室 DXC. Or as we know it in Japanese, Atelier Rorona DX. Anyway, welcome everyone to our new stream. I noticed that there's actually something wrong with the microphone because it is actually not going at maximum power. But we can easily fix that, so that shouldn't take very long. Let's see. Yeah, this happens sometimes on a restart, so I'll fix it in just a moment. There you go. Hello, everyone. There you go. That's our real volume. So, before we get started, I usually do a little introduction to the game. Oh, I also should announce that our next game as well, since some people may not have been at the end of the last stream, which was pretty late. So, let's see. This Atelier Rorona Atelier. Sorry, I have to use the French way of. Apparently, the French way is the proper way to do it. Atelier Rorona is our current game, and our next game will be Lunar Eternal Blue Complete on the PlayStation 1. So this is the end of the 2000s, this game, the original version. And Lunar is basically the beginning of the 2000s, so we'll be going back in time one more time. We came all the way from... This game is quite different from the game we were playing earlier, Phantasy Star, back in the 80s. And this game was actually made by Gust. It was before they were bought by Tecmo Koei, who you probably all know better as that company that makes Ninja Gaiden and Dynasty Warriors and Samurai Warriors. Though, yeah, you know, those games where you get a bunch of dudes and beat up a lot of people. But they've bought Gust, and now Atelier is now part of the family of Tecmo Koei. I know, most people can't pronounce the Koei part correctly, so I might as well tell you guys. But who cares? It doesn't really matter. So, this game is actually from the late 2000s. I think 2009 is when it came out. I don't actually remember. I should have actually looked that up before I started. But it shouldn't take very long. So the funny thing is, the story of me and this game is that it came... I was actually at a convention where they were demoing it, and it was kind of neat. And it was kind of cool looking, but honestly back then it didn't look all that great. So yeah, it was 2009, so it was the very end of the 2000s, the first decade of the 21st century. I remember now. So the first version of it was on PlayStation 3, and that version, honestly, it's a bit rough looking, and I don't think it looks all that great anymore. They actually later on released a plus version. So after this game, we'll actually be playing... I'll show you... Oops. Nope, we're not playing that again. As much as we love to play Alisa. But there's actually Totori and... I'm showing you a bunch of other games that you will not pay do not pay attention to those games right now. Yeah, Totori came out later, and Meruru... I used the Japanese way. Totori and Meruru came out... Meruru? I actually know how to pronounce it in the Western way anymore. Oh no. But yeah, those would come out. Totori, they changed the graphics style to be a lot better. It's a huge improvement. So that game, they later came back to Rorona and redid the graphics to make it look nicer. So that's kind of what basically the graphics that you'll see here in the DX version, which came out in 2018. And that's the version we're playing. It came out on Switch and PS4. They improved it a little bit more. Or I think it's mostly just a port. And they have all the DLC with it. So you can have all the costumes you wanted. You don't have to pay for them anymore. So that's the version we'll be playing today. And yeah, I have not played this game at all. I have no idea how anything works. I just know it exists. And I know this series exists. So... it'll be fun. It's very cute and colorful, very different from our previous games, and it's certainly not going to be like Final Fantasy VII or Phantasy Star for that matter. Oh, here's Disgaea. You guys don't need to know about that game. because I've been playing that. I have not played that just 130 hours, which I actually have. So right now we're just waiting for my game cartridge slot to fix. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with Atelier Rorona, the Alchemist of Ireland, DX. We'll use my profile, which has Mechanica from ARMS. 2009 comes back in 2018. So this, I mean, I guess it's based off a remake from 2011. So it was like on a billion other things, including the PC. So if you don't want to play on the Switch, song is nice. That's Rorona herself, obviously. Totori, Meru. Those are later. They're showing them already. Well, I hope that kind of sets the tone of what kind of world we're going to be playing in. I guess it'll be kind of sort of steampunk and sort of fantasy. So obviously, the game was made in 2009, the really, really original version. We will be playing... Anyway, she says, "Good evening. Are we gonna start playing?" Something like... It's basically like that. It literally means like, are we going to start playing from this moment on? But that doesn't sound like natural English, so it's just it's a Japanese way of saying. So we have a bunch of options: new game, load game, dressing room, and options. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna first establish that. Well, this is contentious, but this game in the series actually has an English dub and a Japanese audio. So after some mulling about it, I decided that we are going to play the game with the Japanese audio. And I will give you the reasons why. So the future games in this, Totori and Meruru will also have dubs, but Luluwa, like the later games in this series, are going to stop being dubbed after a certain point. So if you try to play, they added recently, the newest game is actually in this same world as the other three, but there is no English voices whatsoever. So they have stopped dubbing this series. So if in an effort just to save us the trouble of having to readjust ourselves to different voice actors, and for continuity purposes, we will stick with Japanese. It will be fine because I'll tell you if they translated something odd with my middling Japanese, to be honest. And the Japanese they use in this game is a bit difficult for me sometimes. But yeah, we're gonna have to listen to Japanese, and I'll translate stuff that isn't translated, like that title screen, for instance. So sorry guys, if you were hoping for a dub today, we're not gonna be able to do it for this playthrough. It doesn't make sense with how the future of this series is going. Maybe if they had kept dubbing it would have been fine. Also, the other thing to mention is that there's actually less voice lines in English, so you would actually lose out on some lines that would not be dubbed because they were too cheap to pay for those extra lines that didn't get dubbed in Japanese. Or, sorry, the lines voiced in Japanese that aren't voiced in English, so it will be a better experience for most of us, unless you can't stomach Japanese voice actors. So, sorry guys, we're gonna have to play it in Japanese, or close to it. Alright, so I can show you the dressing room really quick. I know, I feel like I saw it. A new costume has been added. So, I can already change Rorona's outfit to be other things, like... So yeah, you can change her to a bathing suit, but we won't be doing that. But she's like, or she's like, how is it, is basically what she's saying. Okay, do means like, how is it? Yeah, you can actually change. She's like, I what? She's like, I what? It's like, how does this look? Is something like that. You can even change. Anyway, you can. So you could change her outfit to bathing suits, but no need for that. And it's like, so I can even add like other accessories, but we're gonna play with the default for today. So I don't want to ruin all the moments by having her wear weird things like a bathing suit in the middle of battle. It doesn't seem very practical. All right, let's go ahead and start the game then. I've stalled enough. Let's begin the game. Music's very nice. Yeah, she's just saying Ireland.
今から数百年前、とある古代遺跡を中心に作られたとても小さな国。
It's a very small
他の国
kingdom.
との交流はほとんどなく、目立った文化もない平和なだけが取り柄の国でしたが、ある日、古代遺跡の中から後に機械と呼ばれる不思議な文明が発見されました。
マチネ。
アーランドの人たちはそれが何なのか、何に使うものなのか全く分かりませんでしたが、ちょうどその時、国を訪れていた一人の旅人が機械の正しい使い方をアーランドの人たちに教えてくれたのです。それからわずか数年の間にアーランドは機械のおかげで目覚ましい発展を遂げ、国民の誰もがとても裕福な暮らしを送れるようになりました。当時の王様は旅人にとても感謝し、何でも一つだけ望みを叶えようと言いました。すると旅人はこう答えました。それではこの国に錬金術のアトリエを作らせてください。
錬金術。That's a word for alchemy.
それから時は流れて今、そのアトリエでは一人の女の子が錬金術の師匠と一緒に暮らしています。女の子の名前はロロライナ・フリクセル。町の人たちからはロロナと呼ばれています。
Rorona. Frixel is her name if we use Western pronunciation. Or English pronunciation, I guess. So, the funny thing is, like, the word for alchemy in Japanese is the same as the word in Chinese. It's called, I guess it's Tadaima. Anyway, it's called, like, I think it's like Jinlian Shi. I think that's how to say it in, and then, like, Renkin Jitsu is the same. It's like, it's literally gold refining, technique. Because alchemy is the process of refining gold. Oh, Lian Jingshu. Thank you. Thank you, Willie. I flipped the order. I thought I would forget. But anyway, so, and then in Japanese it's Renkin Jutsu, which is written exactly like that as well. Except obviously it will use the traditional Chinese characters and not the simplified ones. Anyway, yeah, it is quite a different game from the previous one. We're not, as you can see, the graphics are more in line with stuff from the 2000s, the PlayStation 3 era. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. Tadaima! Anyway, we'll move on. I'll stop talking about words. So there's a lot of voices, so I won't get to voice act too much in this playthrough. Where does she go to play every day? Right. She's just saying, she's saying like it's much better when it's much quieter and better when she's not around. Right, it's no problem if she's not here.
きたかな。あれ？でも師匠がノックなんてするはずないし。
Right. She would not knock, would she? Ah, another character. Rorona or Rorona.
失礼する。
失礼する？
どちら様で？まさかお客さん？
Could you be a customer?
どうしよう。ですね。今店の者が留守にしてまして。
He was like, nobody's here.
で、私も店の者なんですけど、ちょっと違くて、つまり師匠じゃなくて店主が留守で。
She's trying to flip between a more proper way, because she should be in Japanese. It's kind of you wouldn't talk. You would use owner because the word for owner because it's more formal and more professional. And I'm sure. I hope you guys are okay with this Japanese voice acting. Rorona has quite a high voice, doesn't she? Oh man.
少し落ち着いたらどうだ?
Yes. He's like, could you please calm down?
ごめんなさい。落ち着いて。落ち着くのよ、私。そうだ。こういう時は深呼吸。
Oh, poor thing.
もう大丈夫か?
Are you okay? No, whoops. Anyway. 大丈夫? Yes. Oh, you're gonna play Guild Wars? No, I started already, about like 20 minutes ago.
はい。おかげさまでどうにか。
Right. Guild Wars 2.
ではまず、私は客ではない。
Oh?
今日は城からの使いできた。
You know, one thing that's interesting about this man, he's not using polite form, which is very unusual. I'm like, why is he's basically talking pretty rough. I'm like, why aren't you using polite form? That's unusual when you're talking to a stranger. Yep, he's a messenger.
そうだ。アストリッド。店主は留守なんだな。
Right, so you're saying the owner's not here.
はい。どこに行ったかはわからないんですけど。
Oh, she just says, I don't know where she went.
そうか。では仕方ない。ことづてを頼む。
Yep. He's like, oh, well, I guess it's I like he said, you heard Shoganai? Oh, when I checked it was hosting someone? Oh, that's weird. Yeah, because it says I've started 18 minutes ago, so, oh well. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if it just takes a while for the highlight to finish. Or sorry, the hosting to get kicked off. Anyway.
ちょっと待ってください。メモの準備。はい、どうぞ。
Right. The actual Japanese text is like, oh no, oh, please wait a moment. Where can I... Notebook. Okay, I'm ready.
大臣と王の命令で近くこのアトリエの営業許可を取り下げることになった。
Huh? But why?
アトリエの営業許可を取り下げ。
Yes. Okay, well anyway, you didn't miss much. I was just talking about the background about the dev team from Gust and about the game itself, and a little bit of how I encountered this game for the first time, like in a convention long ago. And yes, Atelier. The word Atelier is for the workshop, so There's some party members that Rorona hangs out that will show up in Totori. Oh, nice.
詳しくは直接本人と話す。
What?
戻ってきたら城に顔を出すように伝えてくれ。
Wow.
失礼する。
Oh, it's like, please, please have her come. You know, it's kind of funny. He's still not using polite form. Dang. Okay. I don't want to see how rude, but he's just using the plain form of polite words, which is kind of weird. He's like, wait, this is so sudden. No, he ignored her. Right, she just says, by the way, as you can tell, the translation is pretty darn close. There's only sometimes it deviates a little bit. So, don't worry, she's just, it's like, oh, he's gone. Why is, and now the workshop is closing? It's my fault, isn't it? Is her last thing. She's like, hurry up and come back, master. So yeah, they're all a bit older in Totori, so you'll see them in the sequel. Okay, speaking of her master. So this is Astrid. Rido in Japanese, but we're not going to use the Japanese pronunciation. Astrid Zexus. Her alchemy master. Her master, Shisho. What? It's not sensei? I'm just kidding. It's like... So yeah, in Japanese you don't always call them your sensei. It depends. Sensei can be used is more for teachers or like people who are experts in something. In case like masters, they call them shisho. Oh. There's something about barrels and atelier games for some reason. I don't know. Big sis. Onesa. Well, she doesn't look that... She's pretty youthful looking still. She's like, I am not doing that because that's embarrassing. Oh. Oh. She's like, well then. She's like, hurry, go to the castle and listen to all the details of what they have to say. She's like, ah. They asked for you directly. I'm still sleeping. 頼んだぞ. He's like, ah, why do you do it? Oh. Translation is mostly on point anyway. They sometimes leave out one or two things, but it's really not essential to your understanding of things. So sorry, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what they didn't tell you, but whatever. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can. Looks like I'll have to save in my dressing room. And change the BGM. Oh, okay, that's nice. I don't think I'll be doing too much of that. You can now use the shortcut function while in town. Pressing the R button will bring up your options, and selecting one will take you there instantly. Oh, that's good. Insta travel is always appreciated, especially in a game like this. Doesn't look like we have save anywhere, so we won't be able to pull off what we did in Phantasy Star 1, but whatever. Oh, whoops, that's the way out. Sumimasen. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be stuck in Japanese mode for a moment. So I have to like reconfigure my brain occasionally to switch from English and Japanese. I know. So it looks like we're gonna have to go to the castle. I don't know why they want to shut our workshop down. I don't remember us doing anything weird. Although, frankly, we just inherited this from the original alchemist, who who did stuff and taught people how to use the machine, which is the, I guess they call it machines in English, but I have to check the English audio. Alright, well, I'm using the Pro controller, so I'm not using a Sega Genesis controller to control this. Be funny though. Oh, the D-pad actually makes me do a silly cheer. He's like, "Yay, we did it!" is what she's saying. Running is on right now. I can even check what they told me earlier, so that's always very, very good to know. So if you forgot something, or you missed a conversation, you can always go back to it. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's explore the town a little bit before we go to the castle. I guess I'll only get to voice from here. Only the non-voiced conversations. Nothing, I can't do anything in there. So it says I can go to the palace front desk if I'd like. We probably should do that. I'm just gonna look at the town really quick, but I think we should just go to the palace front desk. We can do a lot more far later in the game, so... What should I eat today? This is a hard one. Incidentally, we don't have a mini-map, which would make sense. Well, at least the game looks pretty cute. Everyone in the Chinese side... Actually, it's funny, the Chinese community feels this game is... Bad. Really? I don't know why they... What's up with barrels in this game? So that's us. Yeah, they're not letting us go anywhere, really. Oh, there's more town here. My husband is always at Miss Hildebrand's shop. Same here. Jeez. Okay. Miss Hildebrand. I wonder who that is. We don't know them yet. Imora says, this place is vacant. There hasn't been an occupant in years. Oh yeah, the Chinese community was saying like, this game is so moe. They're like, it's a moe explosion is what they were, basically the announcements for this game end up being. They'll actually preface it with like, alright, the moe game is coming out. Yeah, I don't understand. What is it with barrels? It occurs in the series? I wonder. Okay, so we're not allowed. There's a lot of invisible walls for now, so it doesn't look like we can do a whole lot yet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're like, this game is so moe, is how it says. The word for moe in Chinese, of course, meng. He's just like, why do I have to do it? She's always... Blah, blah, blah. Okanai is scary. It's a different word for scary. Not kawaii. You could also do that. Use that too.
めんなさい。驚かせちゃったみたいね。